So the project this time round is focusing on St Oswald's Gates and the mysterious Elman's Tower and the mystery well that we still haven't found, but we're hoping will appear this season. But to support that work, it's kind of twofold. So we want to do some additional work around the area. So we're going to be doing some geophys and different aspects, different areas that will look at different mounds, hopefully that are siege mounds, which we have reference to in the historical text, and potentially some of the ditches that surround the exterior of the castle as well. We're going to be undertaking a photogrammetry survey, which will hopefully produce a really great 3D model that will help us understand and interpret Elman's Tower and the surrounding kind of extant masonry, but also give people visiting the castle and those who can't actually get to the castle the opportunity to explore it in 3D. And we'll also have some new signage at the castle with information about this particular area, which is not accessible to the public at the moment. So that's key. And then we're also going to be doing a standing building survey to give us a little bit more information about St Oswald's Gates, which continues to be a mystery to us. So hopefully with a little bit of extra expert support, we can unlock that information.
One of the elements of Oswald's Gate is that it remains functional right throughout the sort of occupied period of the castle, but it has changed function. We assume that the Great Gate, because it's very classic high medieval architecture in what starts to look very much like a concentric castle, that's later. That's your 12th century, 13th century, 14th century main entrance. But Oswald's Gate stays in use. Partly, we think, because there's a port right next door that we think is occupied and used up until about the 13th century. So we've got this way into the castle that is deliberately controlled. They've invested a lot of architecture into controlling the what we assume is the port area and the access route to Oswald's Gate right through the medieval period, from the age of the Northumbrian kings right to the Great Siege of 1464. And right about the changeover, just before the Great Gate comes in, we have another grand siege in 1095, where there's a siege motte built, and we think that this may be the lumps and bumps in and around what is now the pavilion. So we hope this project will give us an insight into access routes, how Bamburgh functions in its landscape, how it connects out to the wider world, and the closer world of the village and the borough and the Middle Ages, and seaward communications out to Lindisfarne in the early medieval period. So I think it's a sort of little focal area that's relatively unstudied, that we should be able to get a lot of information without doing too much in the way of anything intrusive.
You have to visit Bamburgh to truly understand what an amazing place it is. It's a magical, magical landscape.